Hi, and welcome to a full analysis of all the creatures in Lethal Company. This video took a long time, so I don't mind if you like and subscribe, you know, share the video around and do a little comment. I don't mind. Anyway, I'll be talking about speculation for their behavior and how they work in game. Let's just get straight into it. Circuit bees. These are a type of insect from the genus Apis. This makes them have the same niche as honeybees, being pollinators. Like honeybees, they will make hives made of wax, which they use to store honey when resources are scarce. But their hives differ quite a lot from normal bees' nests. Instead of being made up high in a tree or cliff face, they are found directly on the ground. This means that their hive is in a more vulnerable position, which means that these bees will aggressively attack anything that gets too close to the hive. They will leave the nest behind to attack and swarm anything nearby, only leaving the queen and drones behind unprotected. First, how a hive is created. First, a queen and a drone will create a small ball of wax on top of a plant stem. The drone will die, but the queen will lay some eggs and then will wait for the workers to hatch. And then the hive will slowly start to expand outwards. Interestingly, these hives do not have an entrance. Instead, it's like a layered sphere of honey and wax layers. When the bees need food, special worker bees with spiked tongues will bore into the hive to extract some of their honey. Then it will be covered up again with wax. The last adaptation that these bees have from other species in the genus Apis is that instead of a sting, they generate static electricity by rubbing special organs at the base of their wings. Some bees are actually born with positively or negatively charged organs on them. This depends on either if the eggs are laid positioned to get more sunlight than shade and vice versa. This means that bolts of electricity will pass through the different poled bees and any creatures caught in these will be shocked. The bees are not even resistant to these bolts themselves, and if they are aggressive for too long they will die. This can be anywhere from between 5 to 25 minutes after leaving the hive, but this can depend on the health of the swarm. Manticoil. These are birds from the family Corvus, the same family which contains crows and jays. These birds are exceptionally smarter than most other birds and are known for their puzzle solving. The manticoil, however, has shared their intelligence with more of a songbird. They still share some intelligence with their Corvus traits. The manticoil will go around in large flocks to be safe and consume flying insects and grain. They are mostly scared of all other creatures and will fly off at the sight of any movement. But these birds do have an interesting adaptation that no other corvid or even bird has. Their breastplates have evolved to become a second pair of wings at the front. With this adaptation, now their back wings can be used to propel them through the air, and their front wings can be used to turn quickly, making them very hard to catch in the air. These forewings also let them hover in the air, which is helpful when scouring the ground for any danger before landing. But because of these wings, the extra weight they provide make them very unstable on the ground, with their wings not able to support walking. So they spend most of the time in the air and only land on the ground to rest. Since they cannot roost on trees because of their weak legs, you can see many around abandoned facilities since they can roost on the flat roofs without any trouble, away from creatures that can predate on them at night on the ground. They do not have much down feather, so they only survive in temperate and hot environments. They most likely arrived on these moons by ancient ships bringing corvids, and with them being the only bird around, they didn't have many predators, so they quickly evolved to be less intelligent and are plentiful. Roaming locusts. These creatures are in the genus Anacardium, also known as a type of locust. These insects will fly around in small groups, eating plant matter that is in their way, and will disperse and fly in different directions to confuse predators, then will release pheromones to find each other again. During storms, they will hide in crevices and inside hollow trees and grab and hang on to each other for protection. They serve as prey for many insectivorous creatures such as the manticoils. Them being highly attracted to light means that they will follow the sun and moon. This leads to them going back and forth throughout the day and heading in other directions during the night. You might do this to stay together. Their young look like grubs, which after a couple months of feeding will emerge as adult roaming locusts. Usually they will hatch at the same time, so when they finish burrowing out of the ground, they are already in proximity with many other adults. Instinctively, they will all congregate together.